Okay. Yeah. So we'll learn about the Scrum module, and then we'll learn about the requirement elicitation techniques. The main work of the business analyst or the product owner is writing requirements, right? For that, there are various techniques to elicit requirements, or elicitation meaning gather requirements. So there are various, we learn at least 6 to 7 techniques to gather requirements. How do you gather requirements from customers or stakeholders? Okay, we'll learn that. And then we'll learn about release mapping, release planning and story mapping. Here we'll learn about how to write requirements, and requirements are called as user stories in Agile or Scrum. Why is it called as user story? We'll learn that, and we'll see a couple of examples. What is an epic? What is a user story? And a couple of other definitions we'll see here. And we'll take a pause here and jump into a project. We'll do a project for a month and a half. Sorry, a week and a half, not month and a half. We'll do a project for a week and a half, end to end. Try to understand in and out, how actually a project works. What would your role be? What you need to do actually, right? We'll learn that practically in Jira. We will do our project in Jira, which at least 65 to 70% of the organizations use for the project management. However, the rest of the 30% use different tools, which again would be easier if you know Jira. So that's the reason we'll be covering Jira here. Okay. So post that, we'll come back and to the topics and discuss about prioritization techniques. For you as a business analyst or product owner, it is very important to prioritize the requirements. You might have hundreds of requirements. What to do first? In what order should you do? So you need to figure that out. For that, prioritization techniques are very important. So we'll learn a couple of prioritization techniques and see how best you can make use of those techniques to prioritize your requirements. Then we'll learn about product vision, product roadmap, how to come up with product vision, product roadmap. These things we learn. And testing, we learn very basic concepts of testing. What a BA needs. Like, when someone says, what is unit testing, what is integration testing, what is system testing? So you know those basic terms we learn. And there is something called as user acceptance testing, where you as a BA, you have to be actively get involved. So we learn a little bit more there, so that what is your responsibilities in user acceptance testing. Okay. Okay. And then we'll learn about keys for agile success. How can we succeed in agile? What are the various things that we need to follow to succeed in agile? And we'll learn about what are epics features, how are they related. We'll learn about non-functional requirements. What is the difference between functional requirements, non-functional requirements? All these things we'll learn. And then we'll learn about few things on lean OVM principles, basically Kanban, and few of the concepts here. So here, the ninth module would again be little theoretical, and but after that we'll discuss about how will an interview happen, what kind of questions can be asked in interview. So all those things we can discuss. And in the process of doing this, I'll be sharing, you know I'll be giving access to my Google Drive, where you will have access to a lot of resources which will help you to prepare for your in your preparation for interviews and other things. And that access you will have forever. So no conditions applied there. So yeah, these are the things that we'll be covering as part of this training. Now, please let me know if you have any other topics in mind which is not covered here, so that we can discuss about it.
So what's the total duration of this course? I mean, how many weeks?
This takes around
Sorry,
around 4 to 5 weeks, between
okay,
4 to 5 weeks.
four
And
to
again,
five.
there is no hard start date and end date.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on the pace at which we go. It depends on how soon we can understand. There is no you know hard stop date as such. But on average, 4 to 5 weeks it goes for.
Perfect. Thank you.
So 4 to 5 weeks, Monday through Thursday. I mean Monday through Friday, right?
Yes, that's right. Monday to Friday.
1 hour, 1 hour each. Okay.
45 minutes each.
Oh, okay.
45 minutes each. Yeah, that's how it is.
And the timing is going to be the same, or
Yeah, any issues here on the timings?
I think I was initially told 10 to 11 EST.
10 to 11 EST. What's the time there now?
10 to 11
It's 6:30.
night, or I mean PM or AM?
Yeah, night. Yeah, PM.
Oh, okay.
Does
10
that
to
work for you?
11.
10 to 11
Work
Eastern
for you?
time would be around night time, almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be difficult for me. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
because
Uh,
does this time not work for you? This time?
this time won't work for me actually. Uh,
10 would be
so
too late for me. I might have
okay.
to leave for my regular work. Any other time, like 7, 8,
I think 8 should be fine.
8. Okay. Okay. 8 is it? Sure. I'll check with the team. Okay. I'll check
Okay.
with the team and see.
Yeah.
But
So I was
yeah.
told that there are multiple timings available. So I was not
So,
sure that this is
mm,
the
I
only
agree.
time available in the evening.
So, so
Yeah.
I will tell you very openly. So
Mm,
currently we started at 4 a.m. That is your 6:30, right?
yeah.
6:30, 4 a.m. is one I have. Then we have uh, 4:45 a.m. That is your 7:15, and then
Okay.
5:30. That is your 8.
Okay.
Your 8, right?
That's the
So yeah,
last. Um,
that's the last one. Yeah.
oh, okay.
So
Actually, 8 should
does
be fine,
8
but
work
this
for
will
you?
not work. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
CJ,
8
how
works.
about for you?
yeah, 8 is fine with me. Oh, no problem. Because
Eight is fine.
Oh,
my
okay.
morning start around 5 o'clock. So I have to go to the bed early, you know?
Uh,
Yeah.
8 should be fine.
Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Thank
No
you.
problem. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
Since I have two
sure.
kids, I have some other programs for them in the evening. That's why.
I understand. Totally agree.
Mm, Great, great.
Thank you.
Great, then I'll talk with the team, and we will align accordingly from tomorrow, maybe. Is it fine?
Yep. From
Okay,
tomorrow,
fine.
Yeah.
8 o'clock is okay. Hmm.
Okay, fine. Sure. So now coming back to the modules, anything else that you have heard of which is not covered here, or anything that you have come across, or which you don't see here, you want me to cover?
No, I don't have any idea about the BA. I
Okay,
mean, the
sure, sure.
curriculum or anything. So everything is
Oh,
new to me.
yeah, okay, fine. Did you, how about you?
Yeah, I had one question like, do we have to know any kind of like development part of it?
No.
Because since you said we can apply for product owner roles,
Mm.
the owner roles I mostly see in the qualification they ask about the development knowledge about development. So is
No,
that
usually no.
no?
Usually
Okay.
no. No. Uh, I don't think so. But the thing is, if if you have that technical, not development knowledge, if you have that technical sense and technical
Uh-huh.
knowledge, it would be
Yeah.
easier to converse with the stakeholders. Maybe that way. But
Okay.
is it explicitly mentioned development?
In some roles I see asking for that. Yeah. I'm not
Oh,
sure
okay.
because I have not explored much on the
Mm,
product owner roles.
mm.
But I was just
No,
asking.
development is not required, to be frank. I'm there in this field
Okay.
from 14 years doing it, right? So nowhere I felt that, I had to be a developer.
Yeah.
But, technical knowledge definitely will help you, which I think
Hmm.
the basics, whatever basic, terms, technical terms and things are needed, I'll help you with that.
Hmm.
I'll help you with the material. You can go through that, so that you are,
Okay.
you sound technical. That's the thing. The
Okay.
only point is,
And
when you're conversing with technical people, you should be able to understand. When two technical people are talking, you should
hmm.
be able to understand. That's the only thing.
Okay.
That's all. If you're able
Okay.
to do that, then
And
you're covered. Yeah.
okay. And could you explain more on the testing part that we are covering?
Yeah, we will deep dive into it. But so what we'll be learning is like, various terminologies that comes in testing, and for
Mm-hmm.
various phases of testing. What do you
Mm-hmm.
call the system testing, smoke testing, unit testing, integration testing, and there is something called as UAT, user acceptance testing. So
Mm-hmm.
what is your responsibility in user acceptance testing? Because you as a business analyst or product owner, you play a key role in user acceptance testing. What is that role that you play in user acceptance testing? We'll learn. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll
Okay.
cover the basic concepts of testing. Not that I'll
Okay.
I'll teach you some tool and all. No, I won't do that. But it would be more like definitions and relatable to our requirements, because by this time we would have done the project. So I'll give a relatable examples related to the project, so you understand clearly.
Okay.
Okay.
And when you say tools, what kind of tools it will be?
For testing,
Yeah.
no, I meant we won't go through any of the tools, but there
Oh,
are
okay.
tools like
Okay.
yeah, but there
Huh.
are tools like Selenium and all, but I
Huh.
told we won't go through any tools. Yeah.
Okay. 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 Got it. Thank you.
Any other things here? So are we good? Can we get started?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's start.
Okay, sure. Now, coming to the first module. So, in the first module, as I told, we'll learn about traditional versus agile product process. Here, we'll learn about what are the benefits of agile to product management, and then we'll go through the agile manifesto. Agile manifesto is like the Bible, Bible for agile, where we have 4 values and 12 principles defined. We'll understand those things one by one, so that it will be easier to understand the rest of the things, and then we'll see various variations that are there in agile methodology. What does that mean? That means like agile is more like a parent, and in agile itself there are multiple streams like scrum is one where we deep dive into it. There is kanban, extreme programming, a lot of things are there, so we'll briefly touch upon those things, but we'll deep dive into scrum, because scrum is the most important thing. Whether have you guys heard of scrum, something called scrum?
No, I don't.
No. Okay, this is how about you?
I have heard about like Scrum Master role and all.
Yes, yeah. Okay, cool. Yes, it's the same, scrum master role is also one of the roles in Scrum. There are 3 roles actually: Scrum Master, Product Owner, that is you, the business analyst, and the development team. So yeah. So, but I'll teach you in detail what does each role do, what are the responsibilities. Okay. So yeah, let's get into the first module. So yeah, about this picture, have you guys come across this picture earlier?
Nope.
No. Okay.
No,
No, okay. The
no.
reason for asking is in most of the trainings, this would be the first slide. Most of
Mhm.
the times, in most of the trainings, be it project management, be it any agile training, this would be the first picture that would be shown. So yeah, I thought couple of them usually couple of them would have seen this, so I thought I'd check. Okay, so the point here is uh, we're trying to understand why agile. Okay, now assume take this scenario where a customer comes and with a requirement saying that, hey, you know what, I need a swing. I need a swing tied to a branch of a tree, you know, having 3 layers. See, this is how the customer explains his or her requirement. Is that I need a swing tied to a branch of a tree with 3 layers. Okay. Now, the project leader or the management who is listening to the customer on the requirement, this leader understands that, okay, it looks like the customer is looking for a swing tied to two different branches of a tree. Two different branches of a tree. This is how the customer project leader understand. Now when this project leader takes the information and passes it on to the business analyst. This analyst understands like, oh, looks like a customer needs a swing tied to two different branches of a tree cutting through the main road, which is ridiculous. This is how the business analyst understands it and then writes the requirements accordingly. And then when this person passes it on to the programmer understands like, okay, maybe we need to tie a swing to a main route and leave it there, main branch and leave it there. This is what the programmer understands. While all this mess is happening, the business consultant team, that is mostly the sales and other people, right, who are trying to get more customers based on the work that we're doing, they are giving a picture like, hey, you know what, we in our organization, as part of this team, we are building an amazing product with we are building an amazing swing, having a sofa like cushion on it, so which has very good user experience and things. This is how the business consultant explains to to other folks outside, so that they can kind of get them as potential customers. So this is how the business consultant is explaining. Now when it comes to documentation, documenting all these things, nothing is documented. There is no zero documentation, right? And the operations team, who usually after development, who helps the customers to install the product, right? They think that okay, the ask is just to tie a rope to a branch of a tree and leave it there. That's all, nothing else. This is what the operations team understand. Now, while all this mess is happening, maybe after 6 months, when the customer is sent a bill, the customer is billed so high, as if we have developed a roller coaster itself. Customer is billed so high, as if we have developed a roller coaster itself. Support wise, pathetic to zero support, because nobody knows what is being done, right? And finally, when you show this product to the customer, which is being developed, the customer will be like, "Hey, what the hell is this? What I actually wanted is, what I really wanted was a tire tied to a rope to a branch of a tree. This is what I wanted. You guys took 6 months of my time. You charged me so high, and now you are giving me a product which doesn't make sense at all for me." Now the customer is completely, angry, and this customer will never come back to you. This customer will never come back to you. We have lost the customer. We have lost the trust, because the customer has lost the competition in the market, right? So he waited for 6 months for this product, and then we give this product. Maybe this customer's competitors have moved ahead. They have built a product and they moved ahead. So these are all the disadvantages that the customer have, or the pain points of the customer. Now the question is, what went wrong here? What do you think went wrong here?
Addressing the right user requirements at the beginning stage itself was wrong.
Mhm. Okay. Understanding the user requirements, the initial stage
Yeah.
itself was wrong. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What is?
I think the analysis of that project, whatever the customer explain and whatever the project manager or leader understand, and based on that, whatever the analysis they did, it might be wrong.
Mm-hmm. Again, gap in understanding, gap while passing on the information, right? Now, yeah. So the gap in understanding, basically, different people understanding different way, understanding it in a different way. And the other problem that we see here is customer gives the requirements, and customer is no more involved in the project for the next 6 months. Customer is in dark. What's happening?
Mhm.
Customer feels that okay, My product has been developed. I'm paying them, but he doesn't know that there is a surprise at the end after 6 months, right? So how
Yep.
can we solve this problem? Any thoughts?
Mm, getting back to the user in
Mm,
between the the project and doing the testing, user testing. I mean,
mm.
agile process basically.
Yeah, yeah, perfect, perfect. That's right. So basically, involve the customer throughout the project. Yeah, as you told, as part of Agile, we involve the customer throughout the project. Basically, what I'm trying to say is take the requirements. Call the customer for a intermittent demo or showcase the progress, showcase the work that is being done to the customer on regular basis. Maybe a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. 2 weeks would be ideal. Right? Call the customer every 2 weeks once for a demo session. Showcase what is being done. Take feedback from the customer and incorporate that. In this case, if you would have called the customer in 2 weeks itself, the customer would have corrected you. No, no, I don't want this product. This is not what I told. What I wanted is something else. Maybe he would have reiterated. Maybe he would have, put in a different way to convey that this is what he wanted, right? Which means even though we have lost 2 weeks, we have still saved, 5.5 months, right? So yeah, involve the customer throughout the project. That way, even the customer will have that confidence. We'll see that first-hand product and things, right? So yeah, involving the customer throughout the project is something Agile says. That way, where there will be very, very less room for misinterpretation and building a wrong product, right? So yeah, that's what Agile is all about. Involve the customer throughout the project and take constant feedback from the customer, incorporate those feedback, because that way there is no way that we can build a wrong product. No way that there is, we cannot meet the customer expectation, because you are showcasing to the customer, you are taking feedback constantly, and there is no way the customer telling you that no, you did not do what I told, because you're constantly calling and showing, and you're constantly incorporating that feedback and showing again, right? So it's a win-win situation for both of you. So that's the point. So that's where that's what Agile is all about, where you all the customer throughout the project. And but how do you do that? What is it called as? What do you need to showcase? How does it work? So all those things we'll learn in upcoming topics. Okay, clear on this? Any questions here?
No, we are fine.
Good. You're good.
Okay, right. So yeah, this is one. Next is on the Agile Manifesto itself. Here we'll learn about the four values and 12 principles that is there in Agile. Okay. Dijita, have you come across Agile Manifesto by any chance as part of your study?
No.
No. Okay. Sure, sure. No worries. We will cover this, the four values and 12 principles. But maybe I'll not be able to cover that in 10 minutes. And also, given it's the first day of the class, maybe we'll stop here. Tomorrow, we'll continue on the four values and 12 principles, if that's fine. However, since we
Okay.
have 10 minutes, maybe I can take any questions or queries that we have at this point.
Okay. So each class you'll be doing the like last 10 minutes will be question and answer kind of a timing.
Yeah, absolutely. If you have any questions, basically, I
Okay.
don't, yeah, I don't,
Since this
have a
is the first class.
first class, and also I don't have a hard thing saying that okay, 45 minutes. That's not how I work. I see, like, what is the logical point to stop. So
Hmm.
that's how
Okay.
I take a stop and because I cannot cover the four values and 12 principles in hurry in 10 minutes. So I thought, okay, we'll stop here and do in detail about this in the next class. But if we have time like this, 10 minutes or 5 minutes, whatever is left, we'll take questions or any kind of queries so that we can talk about it.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, like, will we get the materials, whatever you're teaching,
Yes, yes,
like,
you will get it is along with
not only
lot
the recording, right? Okay,
recordings, the PPT that I'm sharing, a lot of other
okay.
books and other materials. As I told I'll give access to the Google Drive, and that you'll have all the materials.
Yeah, and I have one question.
Mm.
What's the difference between like just the BA role and the I know you guys provide the Salesforce BA role as well, BA courses as well.
Mhm.
So, what are the main difference in between
Oh,
these
sorry,
two?
what was the other one you told? Salesforce BA.
Salesforce and the regular BA. I mean, the no.
Okay. See, Salesforce VA is more specific, very specific to Salesforce, the Salesforce
Okay,
tools and
it
other
has
things. So
tools. Okay.
your target, or your, you'll be limited to only that particular Salesforce, related jobs.
So when we do the regular BA, does that like will be qualified for the Salesforce BA as well?
Yes, yes, provided that, if you want to do your, own learning on Salesforce, which
Okay,
you can
the
always
tool that they, okay.
do. Exactly,
So on
exactly.
top of this, we have to learn the tool to get into
Yes.
sales.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's right. That's
okay, thank you. Yeah.
right. Any other questions? CJ, you have
So,
any queries?
yeah. So, what's the average pay scale or pay rates for the BA position in general?
In general, in the US market, to be frank, I'm not completely aware of it,
Hmm.
Anshul, but I would say it would be more than, yeah, 150,000 at least, 150,000 at least, I would say.
Okay, gotcha.
And also, the growth of a BA would be like, really good, really good. See, because you start as a BA, as a product owner, and when you're doing product owner, eventually you will know in and out of Scrum. So if you feel like you want to switch to Scrum Master for some time, you can always do that. You know, you can always do that, and you can then move up the ladder as a product manager also from product owner. So there are, the growth into, growth here is really, really good, and the horizontal or vertical ways to grow, it's really good. Like, take for example my case itself. Whenever I felt like, okay, maybe, okay, now I'm bored of product ownership now, let me try out Scrum Master for some time. So I took Scrum Master, I did it for 1 year, and then I got bored of Scrum Master, I came back to product owner. So like that, it would be easy for you to switch between roles because you will know in and out, and anytime, you will have this mainstream of product on a product management thing. So yeah, the growth would be really good, I would say.
Mhm. Okay. And how about is it any remote position available or on-site option only?
It totally depends, it totally depends on the organization, and but I would say on-site would be more advantageous for a product owner. The kind of role that you're playing,
Hmm.
on-site would be more, more meaningful because you need to speak to a lot of stakeholders and all. If that's face to face, that would be more helpful. But if your organization says it's not, it's all, virtual, then that's how it might work.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So do we call this role as business analyst or product owner? What do we put in LinkedIn? Is it like any of those, or is it
See,
product owner?
okay, I'll tell you the difference. So the business analyst is a role which is more of a traditional way of software development. That is waterfall model. Okay, maybe I have not covered how waterfall model works. Let me show you that quickly. I'll show you that. Yeah, quick point actually.
Okay.
Yes, I'll just type in waterfall model. Okay, just go here. Yeah. How does a waterfall model work? Meaning, traditional way of software development. In traditional way of
Okay.
software development, what happens is first all the requirements are gathered. Meaning, you as a business analyst, you have gathered the requirements. Your job is done. The requirements are baseline. It's now passed on to the design team. Based on the requirements, the design team comes up with the design. And once the design is done, by the way, here your job is done. You move out. Here, the design team they come up with designs. Once it is baseline, their job is done, they move out. And then is the development team. The development team takes it up, start the development, they complete it, and then pass it on to the testing team. They move out. They're no more part of the project. Pass it on to deployment, meaning okay, you launch it and then you maintain it. The problem here is if any change comes you know change comes at any point in time, like assume here during the implementation stage, the customer comes and says, hey, you know what, initially I told you that when a new user comes to the site, that user can create his or her own username and password. That's what was the requirement, right? Now I'm telling you, uh, my user, it's a pain for the user to create a username and password manually. Why don't you give an option for the user to register directly using their Google account, right? So that means there is change in requirement, which means we have to go back to the first step, redo the requirements, baseline it again, redo the design, baseline it again, then come to implementation again. So any change in requirements has to come from the first step again. So
Mm-hmm.
anything changes here, we have to start again all over. That was the problem with waterfall model. And with the the way the technology is advancing, the way things are moving, right? Every day we have changes. Every day we have to
Yeah.
changes. We cannot sustain this model. So that's the reason, we kind of switch to agile model. However, this waterfall model, maybe at least 20% of the organizations still use it, where there is no ambiguity in requirements at all. When the requirements are perfect and you don't anticipate any changes, then they can go for waterfall model. Otherwise, 80 to 85% of the time, it is agile is the best thing because we know that requirements will change. We know that there will
Yep.
be change in requirements. So that's the difference between waterfall and agile. And in waterfall model, it's called as business analyst, and in agile, it's called as product owner. A new name that's given. That's all, nothing more.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
does
Yeah.
it answer your
Mm.
question?
Yeah. So basically, we can call it product owner, right?
Product owner, yes.
Mm.
I would say, yeah,
Okay.
target product owner. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought maybe what my understanding was initial stage as a junior, business analyst, we call it as business analyst, and then later on when they uh,
No,
get
no,
the senior position. Okay. Okay.
no,
Yeah. Thanks for clearing it up.
no. Any other questions?
That's it from my side.
Okay.
So,
Sure then. Go ahead.
you will be the one who is going to take the
Yes,
classes,
yes.
right?
Correct, correct.
So,
Yeah. I'm
in
the only one.
case you are not available, is there any backup trainer or some?
I don't think so. That you can talk to the team. In case
Okay,
you, no, no. See, if I'm taking the complete course. It's not like
okay,
one class I'm not available. Someone else take. If I'm not available,
okay,
classes cancelled for that day. We'll continue
okay,
the other day, next day.
okay,
But if you
okay.
feel that okay, maybe you want to try out a different trainer, you can always talk to the team. That's how it works.
No, I just wanted to know, like,
End to
is
end,
it
the
go?
trainer would be one single trainer.
Okay.
So
And in
I own
case
it.
I
Yeah,
am,
yeah.
yeah, in case I'm not available for that particular day,
Hmm.
how does that work? Like the
Yeah,
recorded.
you will get the recording. You'll get the recording. You can go through the recording.
Okay. And
Or
if I have any questions on top of that, I can
mhm,
just uh,
yes, you can always
email
talk to me.
or
email or
Okay.
talk over in the next class. How it
Okay.
works. I know when, as and when you go through the recording, when you get queries, we can talk in the next class. Instead of email, talking in the next class is always good. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And since we have like just 45 minutes,
Mm.
in case if I have to clear things in an email, I can email, right?
You can always email, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
okay.
Do we have your email, Rajiv?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I don't have it.
yeah, I'll share it eventually. No,
You
maybe
have
Okay.
our
maybe.
emails, right?
Sorry?
You have our emails, right?
Oh no, I don't have at this point.
So let me send it to you right now.
Uh, or
So
maybe yeah, sure. Go ahead, go ahead.
Should I also send it to you, my email, or will you be sending us email?
I can,
Raju?
yeah, just ping in your email address here. I will, drop a test email.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, just send a test email. You got that test email?
I'm just checking. Yep, I got it.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Me
okay.
too.
Sure. Okay.
All right, perfect.
Okay. We'll continue tomorrow. I need to jump to the next place. Sorry.
All right, wonderful. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
See you
So
tomorrow.
tomorrow at
So,
8 p.m., right? Yeah.
yes, yes,
Yep.
Thank
8
you.
p.m.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a
Thank you.
nice day. Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah. Bye bye.